guys, so I want to show you just some changes that we made to the script, and want to make sure that you guys are clear on this, you know how to do it. So I'm going to do communication as an example because that's my area of expertise. So imagine that you have I have all of my evidence pieces figured out here, like they're all complete. So for my communication, I have my 3 new learning, right? Communication's like reading and writing, speaking and listening. It's understanding and influencing your audience, and then backing up what you have to say with evidence. So that's the idea here, is that we're going to be working on finding that evidence, because that's how you demonstrate your learning in each area. So my communication learning number 1 is I learned how to write a really good hook for a story. That's one new thing that I learned from in this last learning cycle. So for my evidence, I would put narrative hook practice assignment. I also might talk about the process of choosing the best hook. So going through and saying like, oh, which one fits my audience the best? And I could talk about that on my exhibition. That might be helpful. And then another piece of evidence would be the draft of my journey narrative showing my hook. I learned how to write descriptively using sense details. I could have a draft of my journey narrative for evidence. Maybe I could highlight some passages that show that really well. And then finally, I learned how to read an instruction manual. I actually did this to teach myself how to sew. Remember that you don't have to just choose things that are in school. You can do things outside of school. I really did read an instruction manual to teach myself how to sew, so that's why I included this one. Now, for my evidence, I might include the sewing machine instruction manual with highlights that I made, and then also the pillow covers I created as my first project, because that shows, look at boom, I learned how to sew. So anyway, you get the idea here with the evidence page. Remember, you'll want to fill this out for each of the core competencies. They're up here with the questions. Alright, you guys, so if you are going then to your script, this starts on page 3, but we're going to be on page 4 because that's where the communication one is, okay? So here, this is where I'm going to put my new learning. So, I'm going to say my new learning in communication is writing a great hook for a story. I'm also going to put writing descriptively. And then finally, read an instruction manual to teach myself how to sew. Alright, so here in this next column, if you take a look on page 3, it's the evidence. Okay, so what piece of evidence will I show? That's where I'm going to put information from these boxes. So, for this one, you might want to draw lines, or I'm just going to separate them using boxes since I have 3 pieces of new learning. It's just going to depend on how many pieces of new learning you have in each competency. So I'm going to write narrative hook practice. Let's say talk about process of choosing, and then finally draft journey narrative. Okay? And then same thing for this one. Draft of journey narrative. And then finally my sewing machine, blah blah. Okay, you get the idea, right? You're just going to transfer the stuff from here over to here. Alright, finally, this is where you have to explain. So how does this evidence show your new learning? So this evidence is going to show my new learning because for my first one, and again, this is going to depend on how many pieces of evidence you have, but you'll want to explain each one. Because again, it's not just enough to throw your evidence out there. You actually have to say, oh, how does this prove what I've done? So I'm just going to do one as an example, which is going to be the narrative hook practice, this first one. So this shows my new learning because it shows me practicing using 6 different strategies to start writing a story. Okay? So it's not you're going through and like actually looking for or practicing these different strategies, and that shows new learning because you're putting that information to use in a new way. Finally, this last one, and again, we're going to connect it. Okay, so it's great to have evidence. It's great to have explanation. Like, these are like the most important things. But you also want to make sure that you talk about like your motivation. So why did you do this in the first place? How is this going to help you achieve your vision down in the in the future? So imagine that I have a vision that I want to be a writer. Okay, so I would say that in particular this how to write a great book. It will help me to achieve my vision by helping me to start stories I write in the future because I want to be a writer. Okay? So, this is what you're going to do for each piece of evidence. Again, remember, it does not just have to be inside of school. Here, my vision would definitely include that I've always wanted to learn how to sew, and I would connect it there. But, you know, that I used reading as a way to help me meet that vision, okay? So, you got this. Go forth and conquer.